Estamos ao vivo, mais um dia aqui, deixa eu fechar a janela, né, porque senão vai ficar barulho de carro. Nossa senhora, barulheira. Tá, estamos ao vivo, mais uma live aqui do Telecast Mania, e o nosso convidado já entrou. Muito bom, vamos entrar aqui.
Bruno.
Hello, guy. How you
How are
doing?
you? Doing
I'm
good.
fine,
You?
thanks.
Good.
Guy, it's a great pleasure stay here talking with you. It's really good for me, for the Brazilian community, for the everything we love, the wrestling.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, I'm got some questions for you. I'm separated some questions for you. Wait a minute. Let's go. Um, I want to question you when you're as a kid, maybe the wrestling comes to your life. Uh, how you come be a wrestler? What do you do to be a wrestler?
Well,
Uh,
I mean, I fell in love with it when I was very young. My dad took me to a show, and I just immediately fell in love, and I knew it was what I wanted to do. And so when I became of age to go to college, I decided when you go to school, you go to prepare for what you want to do with your life. And I knew for me it was wrestling. So instead of looking up a college, I looked up a wrestling school and started training to become a wrestler. And you find the right people, you find your niche, and after that, it's just self-promoting and networking and building your brand of who you are as a character and a wrestler, and trying to get yourself booked wherever you can, and hoping it takes off.
yeah, here in Brazil, be a wrestler. It's hard. We got uh, two, three, four company of wrestling,
Okay.
but in United States, the wrestling it's big. It's an
Yeah.
entertainment. Everyone knows who is the wrestling. Everyone's like wrestling, and be a wrestler in United States. Live, get money with wrestler. Live with wrestler. It's hard,
Yes.
or or is in your case today you wrestle in great companies like the AEW, but you beginning it's hard.
It's very hard.
Uh, it,
They have a joke that you always get a hot dog and a handshake at a wrestling show, and it's very rare that you see money or even break even on the trip that you're taking. But it's more about the passion and the heart and the experience, and it's not a glamorous business, and it's very rare that you break out and make money no matter where you're from. So it's really just having that dream and having that never stop, never say die attitude.
um, I'm watching a match he wrestle. Your match against Mike. Man,
Nakagawa.
I will. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's match will. It's amazing.
Oh,
You finished, man. You finishing that match. You catching, man. That's
okay.
amazing. It's really amazing. And you wrestle with great names in wrestling.
Yep.
You wrestle against uh, big names. It's a dream of
Yep.
so many guys wrestle with these guys. What are you feeling knowing you wrestle with these names, with these guys?
It's cool. I mean, it's you never really think those boyhood lifetime dreams are actually going to come true, but there's the reason you're chasing it is because there's always that little bit of hope that it might come true, and it feels great. It's almost like a release of all the years of hard work that I've put into just hoping I would be able to get that chance. So it's great, and I'm just very grateful and humble that AEW is giving an opportunity to so many people that have been working hard for so many years and just never got their fair shot. So, I feel gratified. I feel humble. It's really just it's a dream come true. Every time I get to do it, I'm going on my 16th year of wrestling, and no matter how long I do it, it's just that love, and you can't really put a word on it sometimes.
I know you talking you were 16 years wrestle. I'm watching today a match you against Busta Upa in
Ah,
2009.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
I'm watching this. I'm remember
yeah.
my first wrestling match is in 2009.
Okay.
Um, Here in Brazil, we got a part of this Magnum show in the Saturday night. Um, I'm remember I'm watching TV, changing channels, searching something to watch. End of the day, and I'm see Randy Orton against John Cena, and that's amazing. I'm looking at it and I'm feeling love in the right time. In the same time, I'm looking in my heart. Oh my gosh, what is this? It's very good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Another match. I'm like a fan. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm good. Um, I'm a companion your job. And one match for the full fight wrestling. When you win the international championship, man, that's a pretty good match.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Zach Allen. Zach, I don't know if you know Zach Allen, but he was in the WWE for a while, and he was all over the place. But he's a phenomenal athlete, and you know, that was another match that I just never thought I'd have. I remember Zach Allen when I was in high school, and he was doing his stuff with Brock Lesnar and all that, and that was another thing. Not only did I get to win a championship after 15 or 14 years, but I got to compete and had the opportunity to defeat a really great wrestler that's gone such a long way and done so much and inspired so many people. So that was a wonderful feeling. And I mean, you know, that's one of those things, whether it's on TV for AEW or at an independent show, there's so many opportunities to live your dream or live out, matches or things that you never thought would be a reality. So there's such a beautiful side of wrestling, and I'm just so fortunate to be able to still be a part of what we're doing.
Now you talk about WWE, and I know you participated of SmackDown Live.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had done quite a few Monday Night Raws, a few SmackDowns. I started doing stuff with WWE in 2014, and I'd done Raws and SmackDowns, and then I actually had a tryout at the Performance Center for NXT in 2015. And that tryout match at the Performance Center was myself versus Johnny Gargano, and that was the match that
oh
Johnny Gargano got signed after that match was over during our tryout together.
man, you wrestle against Johnny Gargano. Man, that's so amazing. Um, I want to talk about how you're feeling. Enter an arena and see the SmackDown, the Raw, the NXT ring, and man, you right the ring, and you say, man, this is WWE. This is the greatest wrestling in prize of the world. Man, that's amazing. It's
It's
really amazing.
yeah, thank you. I mean, it's really just you got to kind of remind yourself to look down at the little kid version of you that started this whole thing and say, "Hey, we did it. We made it." And when you hold on to the little kid inside, when you're pursuing a dream, it makes it a lot more possible to overcome a lot of the struggles that come with it. So I would just say, in those moments, it was just reminding myself that there's a little kid in there that fell in love with his dream, and to remember those butterflies and remember why you're doing it.
I know. Now I want to talk about your time in WWE. You meet some people like Vince McMahon, Triple H, these guys. And man, that's a good thing. And you know, Mr. McMahon is the great name of wrestling because all of you do for the company, the WWE, and you talk with McMahon.
Yeah, I briefly we shook hands. I introduced myself, and he introduced himself, which was so funny, as if I wouldn't know who he was, right? Um, and then back in 2020 when I was at the Thunderdome, same thing, just in passing, a nod, a head nod, a smile, something like that, a fist bump, but um, it's things I say out loud, and sometimes it's hard to believe that it actually happened. Because like anybody else, I just grew up loving this and wanting to be able to, be a part of the business in some way. Even if just once I can go touch the ring and feel what it's like to be inside the ropes, just one time, it would have made my whole life. So the fact that I've been able to pursue it and live it and do all these things is beyond a dream come true because it's
Yeah,
not guaranteed to anyone.
yeah. In 2021 and 2020, you wrestled in AEW, in the AEW Dark and the AEW Elevation. Um, you wrestle against Jurassic Express, Matt Sydal, the Test Company. Man, you how are you feeling? Make part of this project, the AEW. It's a your name is in the wrestling history.
Yeah. Yeah.
You you know this. You is in the wrestling history. So many people want to make part of this, and you is in there.
It's just I just feel blessed. I mean, I'm a man of faith, and I believe that, you know, God is always looking out for us, and He knows our story before we do, and I just feel grateful and blessed, and I have not just a lot of motivation within from just keeping the promise I made to the little boy in me, but I have a great support system at home. My wife and my kids, they're so supportive. They always have my back. They always push me. They drive me. They believe in me, and my little boys make me feel like a superhero. So um, yeah, it's one of those things. If I didn't believe that my name would be in wrestling history, I would have never started doing this in the first place. So I always believed that it would happen. It's just there's always that moment where you go, "Wow, I can't believe it's actually happening." But you work hard for it, and you get what you put in.
I know. Um, I'm posting Instagram later. For my audience, take questions for you. So I'm separate some questions. I will read now for you. Wait a minute. The first question is the what's your plan with the international championship of FFW? Uh, that guy want to know what is the next thing you're gonna do with this title.
Well, on March 12th, I'm going to retain it because I'm defending it against Pancakes and Marty Flames. Now, going back to my history, I started wrestling in 2006. Now, Marty Flames, I've known since grade school. Him and I have been friends for probably, gosh, I don't know, 18, 19 years, something like that. Um, and Pancakes started wrestling and training at the same school as him and I in 2006. So we all have come up together. We've known each other for the last 16 years in the wrestling world. And this is the first time the three of us are ever sharing a ring in 16 years. So it's going to be, it's going to be a fight because this is a long time coming, and the three of us all have something to prove. But what I'm going to do with the international title is I'm going to keep it for as long as possible.
Um, it's very good. You got 1 year of reign, 1 year reign with the international championship.
Yes, it's been actually, yeah, it's been over a year. Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's very good. The FFW, it's a ground up, and you make part of this. The FFW get good guys. Cesar Bononi, it's a Brazilian wrestler, and man, you meet him.
Yes, yeah, I've met him on a few occasions, and we've gotten to know each other well. And he's a phenomenal athlete, and I have the utmost respect for him and all of his talent and his ability. And he is an absolute beast. He is phenomenal.
Cesar uh, started wrestling here in Brazil in the BWF. I don't know you know.
Brazilian Wrestling Federation, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, man. The BWF is the greatest in Brazil and got spectacular athletes. Um, you maybe one day come to Brazil and wrestle against that names will be amazing.
I would love that. That would be fantastic. I've never been, so I mean, that would be an absolute honor for me. I hope that day does come, and I'd love to just get in the ring with Mr. Benone, no matter what, where it
Bro.
is. But that would be a great honor as well.
In December, Bononi comes to Brazil and wrestle against the Brazilian champion.
Okay.
Man, it's absolutely amazing. The
Uh,
match is good. Have on YouTube. You want you you gonna like that match.
oh yeah, I'll
In the
definitely check it out.
in YouTube, get the matches of the BWF, and man, it's a different wrestling, but it's amazing. It's amazing because the Brazilian culture, it's in effect in the made we wrestle. Like you, in United States, the American culture affects in the wrestling you the way you are. And here we got a question um, talking about your gimmick. Your gimmick today, it's an artist. And what when you start this, the, the idea comes to you, or you create this concept?
Well, so the starving artist persona only came about during the lockdown period of the pandemic, when I started to realize that, wrestling really is my art form, and it's my creative release, my outlet of all the different creative ideas I have in my brain. And when you're locked down and you're not able to utilize that creative ability, that art form, and get it out onto a canvas, you start to starve for it. And it kind of just clicked and made sense. And my wife and I were bouncing it back and forth, and we're like, hey, you're a starving artist. I think that's a great persona, because it's who I am. I'm an artist. My art form is professional wrestling, and I'm starving for that release as often as possible because I love it and it consumes me. So it's really a persona more than it is a gimmick, because it's who I am.
You loves wrestling like I'm. What the hardest thing happened in your career of all these 16 years you wrestle?
The hardest thing,
Yeah.
like in a match, or just,
No, in everything. When you start and now.
man, the hardest thing is holding on to believing in yourself and why you started. It's like any business. It's a wonderful business. It has so many positives, but there's also a lot of things to um, distract you on why you got started. What the focus really was, because there's guys out there that they look better than you, or maybe they talk a little better than you, or they maybe you don't get along with somebody, and then, or you just fall down the wrong path somewhere, and you could forget why you started, which we all started loving wrestling when we were kids, because we had a childlike heart and a passion and a dream to follow. And that's easy to lose when you start going down the road of a business like professional wrestling, especially on the independents. And when I got started, and I think that's the hardest thing that got me from 2006 to now was just having that consistent belief and reminder of why I got started. And like I said, I mean, I don't mean to be repetitive, but it's for that little boy, that little kid that fell in love with this, you know.
Um, you get a dream match. You against someone. What's your dream match?
Oh, that's hard because there's so many, you know. I mean, there's just so many. If I could do a dream match, it would have to be. It's hard because I want to say Eddie Guerrero so bad because that would be my dream opponent to really push me and bring out the best in me. But I think if I would have to say against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold, the
Yeah,
great man.
yeah,
Um, you talk about Eddie, and I know you get with the in your side, Vicky Guerrero.
yes.
Man, that's how you feeling when Vicky comes and you look to your side and man, that's Vicky Guerrero. Oh my
Yeah,
God, what's happened?
it's unbelievable. It's again another dream come true because Vicky is a wealth of knowledge and Vicky has, she's got it in her blood, I mean, she's absolutely phenomenally talented performer and has a gift for what she does, and it's a value to have her at my side because if anybody saw, if you got to see, if you checked out the match on YouTube, I beat Joey and I beat him emphatically.
Um, Today, you and Vicky get some type of friendship. You can call him, send a text message for her.
Vicky, Vicky's my manager. Vicky is, she's the one who's going forward, going to be speaking for me on my behalf, who is going to, represent me and, be at ringside for every match I have, um, going forward. We haven't solidified yet if she's going to have March 12th available to be there, but if she does, she'll be there and she will be advocating for me.
Um, Vicky, Vicky can influence you some I don't know some to made you leave the FFW and comes to I don't know AEW to wrestle against I don't know Chris Jericho maybe. I'm really in my favorite wrestler. It's Chris Jericho. I think Chris Jericho is the greatest wrestler of all time in the history because he's made something. He's made all for the wrestling. He's a spectacular wrestler. You met Chris Jericho.
I have. I've met Chris a few times, and he actually follows Full Faith Wrestling, and that's how him and I connected because he followed the page, and I just let him know that I was a part of that company, and we, just got to talking, and he's a phenomenal guy. He's an absolutely down to earth, spectacular guy, really. And I agree with you. I think he is one of the greatest to ever do it.
Um, I'm really want to see you against Jericho.
I would love that too.
I get two dream matches for you
Okay.
against Chris Jericho and against um, John Silver.
John Silver. Okay.
John Silver is a
Yeah.
great wrestler.
I love
Um,
John Silver. I'm a huge fan of John
I,
Silver.
I'm see John and Jade Cargill face to face in the last AEW show.
Okay.
Man, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
want to see a match against that two guys. Um, you, and you and John get some facial. I don't know. uh, you can be his brother.
Yeah. man, who knows, man? If there's room in the Dark Order, I'm more than willing to talk.
No, you and John is it's very similar.
Oh,
You
okay.
maybe if he injured his leg or everything, you can enter in his place and
Yeah,
do a
right.
great and you can do a great job.
I don't know,
Um,
man. His arms are pretty big.
you talk about Dark Harder. You met John Huber.
I never had the opportunity in AEW, but I did meet him in WWE when I was doing work with them. I just a handshake, hello. I didn't know him well.
The fans, the wrestling fans, the AEW fans, the John Huber fans, um, feeling so bad with his die, and what the wrestling community, the wrestlers feeling like that. It's it's very hard for us, and for you too, for our wrestling world maybe.
Of course, yeah,
Um, but he's got a legacy,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
his legacy, it's amazing. Man, I'm crying like a baby
Hey,
watching the
it's that's the love, the respect for what what he sacrificed and what he went through, and having children, and I could relate. I mean, it's a very sad situation, but thankfully AEW has done a phenomenal job of carrying on his legacy and making sure their family was taken care of, and it's all the respect in the world.
um, I want to talk about FFW right now because the Full Fate Wrestling today, it's it's a good got a good product,
Thank you.
and the champions of FFW, it's making a good job. The
Hey,
tag team champions, you as the international champion, the light heavyweight championship, and the other champions. Man, it's you get the wrestlers who really I can see the love you and the other guys feeling by the wrestler, by the wrestling. It's really amazing. Mike, here in the comments we got Sergio. He's make a part of Telecast Mania. It's a member of the group, and he's a big fan of yours.
oh, thank you, Sergio. Thanks for being here, man, and I really appreciate the support.
He take a message to me, and he want you send he a hug, and he tell me when you say a phrase is live the revolution. Yeah, lives the revolution because he's a wrestler, um, a, imaginary wrestler. He's make a part of a group, and he sent promos and got votes to be who will win the match. It's like RPG.
Okay,
Here in Brazil, that's normal, that's common because we don't got companies to the young guys wrestle,
sure,
and he makes a WhatsApp group with so many wrestling fans and do your own company
sure.
doing everything in WhatsApp, promos, matches, imaginary matches, and it's amazing. I'm make part of one of those groups in the past, and I'm doing great promos. I'm good, great promos because one of my dreams in the past is be a wrestler, but unfortunately I didn't have the opportunity. But I'm in my mind I will be a good wrestler someday. I don't know, you against me for the title.
I don't
What
know.
do you say,
Let's
me?
Yeah, about me and you. We'll be on a team. We'll be a tag team. How about that?
Attacking, we can beat Joe and Cesar maybe.
Yeah, we can take them on, man. Let's take them on and take them down.
I'm I'm talking with the guys of FFW, and I'm really think going to New York. to beat that guys. And your side, oh my god, you as a double champion with the tag team championship, the international champion, and I'm the tag team champion, wrestle against the world.
Let's do it. So, Sergio wants me to say, lives the revolution.
Lives the revolution. It's his phrase in the wrestling.
Okay.
Um, okay, let's talk. When you come to the AEW, how they contact you? Is the big guy who contacts you, or get a part of the company just to do this?
There's certain, like any organization, there's certain um, what do you call it, offices for
Yeah.
different responsibilities, and so that department was the word I was looking for. They contact you to come in, and they invite you to come and be a part of the event. And then you're there, and whatever job they have for you, you do.
But when you come to the wrestle in the AEW ring, you meet Tony Khan and the other guys of the the
Company.
big guys, the
Yeah,
big guys of the company. Like I know the AEW today got a big part of Tony hands, but Cody Rhodes got a part of this company. The Young Bucks, the and whatever, you know, uh, so many guys have part of the AEW. But how you feeling wrestling AEW? Because the indies, it's good. The independents, it's very good. The but it's different. It's different because AEW, it's a new company, but it's a new company doing great thing. Good man. It's a new company doing things unbelievable. He's coming CM Punk back. He's coming Sting back.
yeah. I was there for that too. I was at that show, and it was unbelievable. You could feel the ground shaking.
I'm watch the show in the TV, and man, I'm watching, and I don't believe CM Punk will return. I don't believe. In my mind, it's just a rumor. But the crowd, CM Punk, and the music, and oh my God, CM Punk is here.
Yeah,
That's amazing,
yeah.
Mike. What are you feeling the way the AEW do the things with you? Because the matches you wrestle in AEW, um, it's a short matches, and he's putting you to lose. It's a great thing wrestling in AEW, but how are you feeling in that moment?
Uh, this isn't just like a company answer, but I honestly feel grateful because it's an opportunity. There's a list of people a mile long. I mean, people just like yourself. You dream of being a wrestler, and it's something that you strive to be, and you motivate and push yourself towards. And there's a list, like I said, miles long of people that would do just about anything to be in my shoes. And so, whatever I'm doing, I can't feel anything but grateful because it's an opportunity, and it's an opportunity that a lot of other people would love. So, I'm just grateful, man. I'm just honestly super grateful that I have the opportunity to do anything within an organization like that. They're priceless opportunities.
Um, Here in Brazil, the AEW on TV, it's live,
Yeah,
but uh, it's hard because Brazil isn't the country who the companies of wrestling see, because we didn't get the culture of wrestling like United States, like Max. We didn't get that culture. That culture in the past with the Telecast. Um, it's a big culture. We got a big names of wrestling. We got man, the Brazil, but that die here in Brazil because the jiu-jitsu and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the wrestling we confrontate confrontate one of your opinions and everything, and the wrestling is taking the Jiu-Jitsu to the audience, and that makes the wrestling die here in Brazil. Maybe, I don't know, but you think the wrestle can die in United States someday?
You think it can die?
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen, right? And I mean, that's. I think wrestling is going to live forever. I think it's alive and well, and I think it's really healthy right now and strong. And I think the competition is making it thrive even farther. And I think that I don't think it's going to, or if it does, not anytime soon. Um, hey, I got started in wrestling. I'm just going to answer this question right here. I got started in wrestling out of high school. I found a wrestling school and just started wrestling, and the rest was history.
Guy, just wait a minute. I will talk with my Brazilian audience here in Portuguese, and I'm coming to talk with you.
Sure.
Galera, eu sei que todos aqui estão querendo fazer perguntas aí pro Mike. Então, eu quero pedir para que vocês mandem as perguntas sim, mas mandem aqui nessa caixinha que tem ao lado com uma interrogação. Porque facilita para mim e para ele para a gente ver as perguntas. E mais uma coisinha, essa live vai sair legendada no nosso canal no YouTube. Para todo mundo que não consegue entender o inglês, enfim, consiga assistir. Então, obrigado aí para todo mundo que está acompanhando a gente. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm saying for my Brazilian audience, if this live will be on YouTube, because so many people don't understand English.
Sure.
My English, man, my English is bad today. I
No,
can
man,
say that because
you're doing fine.
the words can stay in my head, and I'm
No, you're
well.
doing fine. You're doing fine.
That interview for the Brazilian audience, the Brazilian pro wrestling, it's so important because, man, it's a big star, and get you stay here with us. You come in here, talk with us. When I'm saying it's a big pleasure. It's a really big pleasure, and I'm really want continue that friendship, that that communication with you, with the FFW guys, because for me it's amazing. For Brazil, it's amazing. And I won FFW, I won you, I won the international championship here in Brazil.
Yes, sir.
I
Amen. Let's
I
do it.
won I won because the Brazil wants a good wrestling.
Thank you.
I'm seeing a Survivor Series, the FFW against the BWF. I'm seeing.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, hey man, I
Uh,
appreciate that a lot. That means a lot. I really have a passion for full faith wrestling, so I really appreciate that very much.
man,
And listen,
unfortunately,
the pleasure is all mine too. This is just as much a privilege for me. I really appreciate it.
man, I'm like the conversation. Thank you so much for coming here, talk with us, and until the end, I want you take a message for your opponents in the walk to walk.
Well, I think it's in the name. The name of the show is Walk the Walk. And that's just something for the last 16 years. I said to you earlier, we all came up together. Marty Flames, Pancakes, and myself. We all started at the same time. We all had the same journey. We all learned from the same teachers. Now, who out of the three of us in the last 16 years has been able to walk the walk? Who was on AEW Dark? Who was on AEW Dark Elevation? Who wrestled for NXT Performance Center? Who was on Raw? Who was on SmackDown? You're looking at
Just disturbing artist
Just me.
Mike
So that's
Magnum.
my message. My message is don't forget who has been able to walk the walk. And it's the same person that's going to walk that same walk in as champion and leave as champion.
Man, today we talk with Mike Magnum. Thank you so much, Mike.
Yes, sir.
It's very good you stay here with us, talking with us. Man, thank you so much. I'm really thanks you because that's so much important for me. It's a dream that all this thing is a dream for me. The Telecast mania, it's a dream for me. Uh, the wrestling, it's my favorite thing uh, after my family. um,
Me too.
like you, I got a little boy. I'm just get 20 years, but I got a little boy because it's one
Oh,
of my dreams,
yes, sir.
and that's I'm so happy with this.
Oh, congratulations.
um, Thank you so much. Congratulations to be the greatest champion we got in the FFW, and congratulations for all you do in this brilliant career. And so much things will come in. Um, I'm I'm just got a question here. Wait a minute. Oh my god, question. Man, so much questions. I don't. Let's see that. Um, you talk about this. You talk about this. Okay, I'm here. I got a question here. What's your favorite wrestling match?
That I've had.
Yeah,
Um, oh, wow, that's hard. Um, if I had to say just one, it would have to be. That's really tough. My favorite match would have to be against Frankie Kazarian. Yeah, I mean, between him or Abyss, those were my two favorite opponents.
Frank Kazarian. Who was this guy? I don't remember.
He was in. Oh, I was gonna say he's in AEW.
I'm just kind with you, guy. Man. Again, thank you so much for coming here.
Yes.
Um, I really want to stay in talk with you. I really want continue that relationship. Thank you so much for you. Thank you so much for the FFW. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for everything. Um, I'm 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 great fan of you, and right now that that is more biggest than ever.
Thank you so much, man. Well, listen, thank you for taking the time. I can't tell you how much your support means. I mean, you know, you don't have to believe in me just because you know you like wrestling and you do, and that means a lot. And I want you to know I appreciate it, and the feeling is mutual. Keep in touch, and you know, definitely stay in contact with Full Faith Wrestling, and maybe they can work something out together.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be good. That's
All
gonna be
right.
good. Thank you so much, and we are in the live now because here in Brazil it's 10 p.m.
Okay.
and if then we got that difference in the hour.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for
Yes.
being here, and maybe we can talk another day.
Sure. Yeah. You let me know, man. We'll set it up.
Thank you so much, guy. I will end the live right now. Can you want to talk more another thing to the audience for the
Uh,
Brazilian and the American audience?
Yeah, just you know, support Full Faith Wrestling any way that you can. Give them a follow, and just you know, show your support and your love for them and for Caesar and everybody else on the roster. And if you want to support me, I have a pro wrestling tees. It's prowrestlingtees.com/SA Mike Magnum, and I'm on here and Twitter at Artist Magnum. So just show love and support and. I appreciate everybody, and I'm very grateful for the time.
Guys, follow that man because he's one of the great wrestlers, and in the future You're gonna see him in the Hall of Fame, maybe.
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 Thank you,
For
man.
me, it's will happen.
Yeah, thank you. I
But
appreciate it. Thank you, man.
thank you so much, man, and goodbye.
All right. Have a good night.